Okay, hi everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. It's late Happy Friday, and it's August 31st, last day of the month. Thank goodness. But summer went by actually pretty fast. So it was hotter, I think, during, May and June and half of July than it has been the last 4 or 5 weeks. We haven't had that many 100 degrees the last few weeks. It's kind of weird. Like it was only 98 today. That was really weird. Very strange. Oh well, okay, so what you're looking at, I'm going to do a little show and tell here before I start showing y'all the cabinet. Um, Hopefully we're going to take vacation in October. I don't know exactly when. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. There are several factors in the mix, and I don't know what's going to happen when. I don't know if I'm going to get to go to the Ranger Retreat or not. I'll be ready, but I don't know what's going to happen. So I mean, of course, my priority, of course, has to be Hubs. He's, what he has going on has to take priority over, an art retreat. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, I'm ready for vacation, however way it goes. This is the Kathy Orta All Occasions Mini, and I have been adding a lot of stuff to it, and it has gotten quite a bit fatter than it was. I've also made a travel journal. In this book, what goes in here is, okay, like we stopped to get gas. How much is the gas? What's the mileage? That kind of thing. All the details. And, oh, look, over there's a McDonald's, or over there's a Subway, or, something like that. All those little details that when you go back that way again, they're nice to know. Okay? So all I did with this was just bind together some papers. So I just cut some papers, and on the backs of some of them I printed some lines. Well, I don't know if you can see, they're pretty faint. So these were mostly single-sided, and so I just printed some lines to write on. And then I stuck some other paper, and there's some more lines. So there's lots of variety of papers, and receipts and stuff will get stuck in here, things like that. So this is the paper I used in the mini. And this paper is, oh, what is this? This is Prima. It's on the other side of the room. It's a Prima paper. I'll look for it shortly. I can't remember the name of it. It went right out of my head. So anyway, this is just a really simple journal. I'll get my brain going here in a minute, guys. And this, stays up in the front seat, and it gets written on every time we do something. It's going to get written in. This is to hold receipts and things, and they'll get stuck in later. I made a little box that both the detail journal and the mini will get to sit in. This will sit in the middle of the front, where there's a hump. In the front, there's always a hump on the bottom on the floor. So this sits on that, which has a piece of the grippy shelf liner stuff, and it holds it pretty well. So that's what this is going to sit in. So it stays handy. I can even clip a pen here if I need to, that kind of thing. So I was going to flip through the mini to show you what I had done. Let me move this. And I also, here's the rest of the papers that go with this. So, and there's also some interactive photo matting and some other tags and things like that that can get added in if need be, but that's going to go too. So all that stays together. And so let me just flip through this real quick, and I think I am going to have to eat a little something because I'm still shaky. But here's all my tags. I just cut some blank mats, and these are some Seven Gypsies tags. And there's plenty of room for journaling and pictures and whatever, because I take a ton of pictures. And I have one of the little Pogo printers, the one that prints out the little 2x3. Where's my little packet? I don't know. I don't see it. Um, it prints out the little little stick-em pictures. So anyway, there's a lot of this kind of thing going on. There's a pocket here, and there's a photo mat in there. And then here's this one that has a fold out like this. So there's, I put some clips in. So there's a lot of options. Some tags in here. More tags there. Pocket here. This tag. So it goes on like this all through. There's a little tension mat holder. I can't remember, what does she call those? I can't remember at the moment. Another tag here. So there's little pockets, and I inserted some other little things. So there's all kinds of ways this can go. I can't do anything else with it until I actually start using it. So it's all ready to go. The box is ready. So there's another fold out to the pocket. Another pocket here. Another fold out. Oh, that one doesn't have matting on it yet. And then the big pocket in the back. I don't know exactly what's going to go in here, so I've just left it for now. So anyway, there's that. All ready to go. Can't do anything else to it until time for vacation. So, put that aside. Okay, so I think I need to grab a bite of pretzel here. So what I'm going to show you guys is a new die I got yesterday. And this is the packaging. And here's what the cutouts look like, which I'm going to show you in a second anyway. So this is the cutout. Can you see that? Yeah, I guess you can. So that's the actual remnant that's left once the actual box pieces are cut out. And here's what they look like. Okay? And then there's a square for the bottom. And so when you put the little box together, this is what you get. Isn't it cute? Now you get, this is the drawer part. Okay? So what I've done so far is this. Okay, so I've been working really hard trying to get this put together because I'm figuring out some different ways of doing things. It makes it a little bit easier to put together. So I cut out 12 pieces of cardstock. So if you take a 12 by 12, cut it in half, you need 6 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock. Now, I mean chipboard, sorry, chipboard. So the chipboard is not the heavyweight. This right here is the heavyweight. You see how very thick it is compared to the actual box that I cut out. Okay, this is about half the size, half the thickness as the heavyweight. Now the heavyweight is usually what Kathy Orta uses when she's building her large pieces. Okay, but I don't think that this heavyweight is, I think it's too heavy for something like this. Now if you're going to make one drawer, maybe you could do it. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do it without it sticking together. But it's a little bit tight. If you put paper on it, it's a little bit tight. So I don't think the heavyweight is going to be good to use. But if you can see, when it comes out of the cutter, see how it's partially cut and it's scored? So then all you have to do is fold it up, and your piece is done. You don't have to do any extra cutting. And it has a little V notch on one end, and what that signifies is this part goes on the inside. When you fold the outside of the drawer, that part goes on the inside. So you're always consistent in your sizing. Okay, that helps. Okay, and you can see how the bottom flaps are here. And if you look inside the drawer, you can see where the bottom flaps are. I'm going to get a good light there. Okay, how's that? All right, we're still got a light problem. Oh well, we're dealing with it. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. The die is called Candy Drawer. Now let me put that up to the, I'll put put the bottom of this up here so you can see. It's called Candy Drawer. It's right there. And it's really, really cool. Now, where this idea came from, Shelly Hickox, okay, she, Stamp Tramp, I believe is her blog name. Let me get that. It's on this picture here. Let me get that for you so you can see. There it is. That one. That's the one I want. So I printed this off of the Sizzix blog. Okay. So here is Shelly's name and blog right there. Oops, don't hit the camera. Sorry. But it's Shelly Hickox, SHELLYHICKOX.blogspot.com. She's the designer of this, okay? And I just love the look of this. It looks like an antique piece. It's just so lovely. I just love it. Okay, so putting this together. All right, let me go and I need to go over and get my other piece that I cut out. Hold on one second. Because I want to explain. I'm not going to be doing any painting and sanding. I've already done that. And let me tell you, the sanding is very messy. So you can just cover your pieces with paper and, you know, you can do the same thing. Okay. The sanding is, oh, it's so messy. I had to wipe with a baby wipe like 3 times or something. I don't know. It was really messy. Anyway, when I got to doing these, I took them outside. That's just a little too messy. Oh, man. Okay, you guys are going to have to do the blue Q thing because you guys are over there. And it's hard for me to see the chat and remember to look at it when I'm, you know, working over here. So you guys are going to have to really like do a line of blue Qs to get my attention because I probably will not remember to look very often. So you have to remind me. Get my attention. Okay. So I'll take a bite here and then. Okay, I try not to talk with my mouth full. I have to have some food. Okay, so what you do is you run 12 die cuts. So you want 12 drawers, okay? So what you do, let me bring this one over here so you can see the color. Okay, here's the bottom piece, all right? And what's outside here is this piece. And you want to fold all your pieces. Now when it runs through, okay, when you put your paper on, let's go to that, to just paper. Okay, never mind painting for a minute. Let's go to just paper. All right, you want to totally stick down your paper. You want to use glue and let it dry. Spray adhesive, run it through your Xyron, you know, something like that. So it's you want it totally stuck down onto your chipboard. Okay. Now the weight of the chipboard is like the weight of a cereal box. Okay. This is the weight that I used for my cabinet. It was the chipboard that I had got at Michael's. It's the Recollections chipboard, and it's the lighter weight. So that's what I had picked up at Michael's, and this was the perfect way to use it. I was really aggravated with it because there was stickers on it. Really annoying. Anyway, when you run it through, you want to put it face down on the die because it's going to cut. I don't know if you guys can see how it cuts. See that? So when it runs through, it cuts and scores. So it doesn't go all the way through, see? But it cuts and scores your shape for you. And you want to remember to put that V-notch on the inside. So then this is what you have. You have your little box. So this is the outside. Alright? Same thing here. And you want to go ahead and bend everything. And you see how nice it cut it. It works just great. Go ahead and fold everything up. And then you want to put score tape on the flaps. Okay? So little score tape there. You want to score tape on each flap. You can use glue if you want, but I'm hooked on score tape now, so that's what I'm using. Okay, so you got that score taped, all right? And then what I did was put, this is the flap that goes on the inside. Okay, this is the part with the V-notch, all right? This is the part that goes on the inside. So what I'm doing with that, I'm just putting 2 strips of score tape, just like that, on the inside of that. So when you put the box together, all you do is stick it together. It's really easy. Really, really easy. So I like to line it up and pinch it, make sure it's lined up, because when you score tape, you know, when your score tape is down, it's down. And then you have your box. Okay, so there's the outside of the box. Okay? And then you want to remove your, oh wait, hang on, you don't remove that yet. You want to remove this first. Okay, like that. And this goes, and I tucked it to the inside. So you kind of want to lean it up against your thumb when you've got it going together there. Oops. So you get it on straight. There we go. Okay, and then you want to put your bottom on. And, oh, where did my bottom piece go? That figures. Okay, hold on. Gotta find the bottom. Here somewhere. Okay. I don't know where the bottom piece went. Wow. Okay, we're going to fake it. Alright, let me grab a little piece of chipboard and then we'll just fake it. Okay, we'll pretend this is the bottom. And we'll pretend I'm going to stick it on. I just want to show you how I got it to go on the easiest way. So I pushed all the flaps down so it didn't stick prematurely, and I took all of the backing off. We're going to pretend this is a square that goes on the bottom. Alright, it just happens to be approximately the right size for this through widthwise. So the first flap, you want to center it before you stick it down. You're going to hold it like up away from the sticky and center it and then stick it down. And you've got your middle finger and your thumb on the sides here so you can get it centered real easy. And then you stick it down. Okay, and then I just walked it all the way around. Pretend that didn't come off. Walked it all the way around, just doing each one and making sure it was all pushed and everything. And then I set it down like this and then ran my finger around it just to be sure it was all seated properly. Okay? So it's pretty easy to do. I mean, all the cutting is done for you. I just love this. I really do. Alright, so then you have your little drawer and you put your knob on it. Okay, so all during Kathy Orta's stream I was running around looking for buttons and doodads, and I'll show you those in a little bit. But that's your basic candy box. Okay, that's basically what it looks like. It's very cool. Pretend it has a bottom. Alright? And you can, you know, use any paper. You can ink all the edges, you know, whatever you want to do. This paper is one of the Tattered Time from DCWV. Ha! Got it. Okay. So that's what this paper is. It's the gear, the shiny gear page. Okay, so that's your basic box. Now, what Shelly has done, let me show you the one I got in progress here. Okay, what Shelly has done, and let me take these drawers out. I put the clips there so they wouldn't slide all the way in. Just easier for me to grab them as I was working. Okay, so what you do is you take the outside part, okay, the outside part, you lay it out flat, and this, I did mine before I even folded it up. Okay, so you take the pitch black dabber or any black paint, it really doesn't matter, and you just run it along your strip. So do I have another strip cut out? Oh yes I do. Ha! We'll just use these thick ones over here. Okay, so ooh, blocking light, sorry. Okay, so you just take your dabber and you run it on one side and you run it on the other side, making sure you've got the same end, because that's going to be facing out. If you can see how I've got, I don't know if that opening in the back helps or not, but if you can see, I've got all of my front edges with the paint on them, and the back doesn't have it. Okay, this is all the front edges. Okay, so you just do that on your one side. And I took, also took the dabber and ran it along that one edge, like that. That just ensures that you don't have that cardboard showing, okay? Your chipboard showing. Okay, so that's about all you do to this, that outside piece, okay? Now the drawer is a little more complicated, all right? Now let me show you the picture what she did again. Do I see questions? Yeah, chipboard, yes. Okay, sure will. Okay, this is what the paper from the die looks like, and it's called Candy Drawer. Okay, it's a new one. Okay, and it has 3 pieces that it cuts. And yet, as you can see, this is a long die. The cutout looks like this. This is the cutout. Okay. Now this is 12 inches. So what I had to do, and I forgot to tell you that, was I had to cut this part out later because and this really bugs me, but I guess it had to be done that way. The chipboard, you know, from here to here is 12 inches. That's the whole 12 inches right there. So I had to cut these out separately, and this is the bottom piece, the bottom square. I had to cut those out separately. And all you do is, you just run them through the die cutter again, just, putting your board down here instead. So it's not that, it's not that big a deal. So anyway, this is the new die, and that's what it looks like. And it's called Candy Drawer. You can see that. Focusing camera, thank you. Okay. All right. So what Shelly has done, and this is off the Sizzix blog. Let me see the date. August 23rd. Yeah, that's when they posted it. Okay. So what she had done, she has stamped on some of her drawers. And other drawers she did solid, and then other drawers she's added stuff to. So basically what she did was, on one of the sections, which was going to be the front of the drawer, she stamped. Okay, she stamped, whatever stamps these are. She probably told us in there somewhere. On one of these little sections. So you'd block it off with, paper, Post-it notes, tape, whatever, and then you go ahead and stamp on that front panel. Okay? And the rest of it, what you do is you go ahead and paint the whole thing. Whoops, roll away. Again, with the black paint dabber, or black acrylic paint. Okay, so you just paint the whole thing and you let it dry. Now, what I had done on the inside, okay, she took a distress stain ink pad, okay, and did the inside with the distressing tool with the little sponge, okay. I decided to make it a little easier on myself. I used distress stain and vintage photo, of course, my favorite. So I used distress stain on the inside of the box. So if you can see on the inside, maybe like that, you can kind of see it's brown. Okay, anyway, I have a sample around here somewhere. What did I do with my little sample? There it is. Okay, here's my little sample where I was testing, and I didn't even have to test any further. But this is what it looks like, and you can see this is the chipboard, and that's the stain on it. That's the vintage photo stain. And it can go darker, lighter, and that's the black paint. But you can see what it looks like and the color change that it makes, okay? So that's the stain. That's something I did different than what she had done, right? Just to kind of make it easier on myself, okay? So that was on the inside. The paint's on the outside. So if you let all that stuff dry, then what you have to do is sand your paint to get the distressed look, okay? You want to sand, and if I can see back there, right? So you take your sanding block and you just go like this, go like that, however you want to do it, whatever makes it work for you. I was trying to do it on a lumpy, bumpy surface, and that didn't work. So I had to get a board to put under it, and it works so much better. But let me tell you, the sanding part is very, very messy. Do it outside. It is extremely messy. A tack cloth would also help, because when you do any sanding, you want a tack cloth to help you clean it off. That would help a lot. So when I was doing the sides and the bottom, I took them outside and worked on them. So you're sanding, you're going however to get it the way you want it to look, and but it's very messy, so it kind of freaks me out a little bit, but because I don't like to get quite that messy. I mean, I don't mind, paint and stuff, but sanding, ay. Okay. Anyway, okay, so you get it all sanded, and I also took a marker, and I went around the edges of the bottom and the back. Okay, now what I did for the back of the box, I took 2 pieces of cereal board, or cereal box, okay, and I used score tape and put them together, and then I cut them to size, which happens to be 6.5 by 8. Okay, so 6.5 by 8. That's the size you need for your backing. Okay, and I wanted it a little sturdier, so that's why I put the 2 layers together. So I didn't paint them or anything, but I did take the marker and I went around all the edges, and I also did a little bit in, because I didn't want to paint or anything on the inside of it, although you could cover this whole thing with paper if you wanted to, but I didn't want to do any of that, so I just did it this way, and used the marker because I didn't want the chipboard edges to show, because everything else is black and distressed, so I kind of this kind of blended everything in. Okay, so I did that. I didn't have to do it here because I kind of did it with the paint. So on the front of the drawers, it was kind of already done. If you need the touch up, then you can use your marker. I did not use a Sharpie because I have found that the Sharpie has that smell, okay? And when you put it on chipboard, it soaks in, and that smell stays there for a really long time, and that smell bothers me. So I tend not to use a Sharpie for something like this, although you could. If it doesn't bother you, it's fine. But I'm just saying, this is a water-based pen. It's a Zig Color Brush Twin. Water-based, blendable, odorless, is xylene-free. I got these on eBay. I got 2 sets on eBay. Has a brush tip on one side, definite click, so your lid's on good, and on the other side it has the bullet tip. Okay, these are really cool. I've got a bunch of them. Alright, so anyway, that's that. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, so I didn't do anything to the bottom of the drawers. I just left it the chipboard, and I stuck them all down. So I kind of did an assembly line, do all 12 of one thing, and then do 12 of the next thing, and then etc., etc. And by the time you get to the 12, the first one is dry, and you can keep on going to your next step. Okay, so you get it painted, you get it sanded, you get them wiped off so you don't have dust, because that'll interfere with your glue and your tape. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to take your score tape and you're going to put your score tape on all 4 flaps of the drawer and the one end flap. Then you're going to put score tape on the two strips of score tape on the inside flap of the outer drawer. Okay, so you can do all of that at once. All right, and you put those aside. Okay, now the way I assembled it. Here's the bottom piece. Okay, so I set it down like that and started stacking the drawers. Well, before I put the glue down, which is good, I stopped and I thought, okay, how am I going to attach this back piece? Because all she says is to glue it down. Well, there's not that much surface. You see how small the surface is to glue it to. So I thought, well, that's not going to be, sturdy enough for me. Okay, so what I did was I made a hinge. Okay, again, lessons from Kathy Orta. Okay, I made one of the hinges that she makes. Okay, and I took the bottom. Let me take this one over here and I can show you how I did it. So I took the bottom. All right, so this is my bottom. So I took it and the blackest side is down. So I undid one strip of the score tape backing and I put it on like that. Okay, and then I took the backing, and I don't have anything to use for the backing at the moment, so I'm going to grab this. Okay, so when Kathy puts together a box, she doesn't lay it down and put it down like this. She puts it up like this, and you put your hinge up to the box, and it's sturdier. As you can see on this, it's not falling very far because I did it that way. It's not falling very far, okay? So if you'll do it that way, you'll come out with a sturdier construction, okay? So I centered the strip and I cut it a little less than the 8 inches, okay? 1 inch wide, a little less than the 8 inches, score down the middle, and you've got your hinge, right? And of course you put your score tape on each side. So you center it on here. And I think the best way that I have found to put a hinge on in the first place is if you lay your hinge on the table away from you, like so, and you've taken your backing strip off. If you bring see, this is flat on the table. If you bring your piece up to it and it's flat on the table, you've got a better chance of getting it on there straight if you do it like this. It's already flat on the table. It's flat up against your chipboard, and you've got a better chance of getting it on there straight. Okay, just a tip. Okay, so I've got my hinge on the bottom. I've got my backing on. So then I had 2 hinges on the sides. Okay, let me show you where I've got those. Okay, here's the hinge on the sides. Okay, it's glued under here right now. But see, this piece right here is going to allow the side piece to be put on. And of course I'll have score tape, all up here. But that's going to allow that. And that's going to give that edge a little sturdiness as well. And I know that's not going anywhere. Okay? So that's what I've done to get the base on. Okay. So then when you start putting on your drawer pieces, okay, you've got your back is hanging out over here. You've got a hinge here. You've got a hinge here. Okay, so you're going to take your drawer, and what I use is glue. All right, I use Quick Grip. Okay, and Shelley states this: you have a little wiggle room, which you need when you're trying to line these things up straight. So if you use Quick Grip or something similar, you've got a good chance of getting it lined up rather than using score tape and not getting it, okay? And I had to get my pliers out to get the loosen the lid of the Quick Grip, but it came off. It's good. Okay, so here's your back. Okay, you're not gluing your back. It's hanging out. See, on this one, see, you can see it's still loose. It's not doing anything right now. All it is helping me line up the boxes, okay? That's all it's doing right now. It's helping you line up the boxes. So you get it lined up on the side. Line it up in the front. Don't worry about the back so much, okay? You line it up in the front. Line it up on the side. Okay, and you let that dry a minute. You hold it there and you let it dry a minute. Now when you bring in the second one, here's where the trick comes in. You want to be sure you get glue on the side and the bottom, but you don't want it to squeeze out. So no excess, okay? No squeezing out the excess. All right, so we'll pretend that this is another drawer. I'm going to turn it over like this. Okay, so when you put this one on, all right, you want to kind of slide it to the back just a little bit. You want to line it up and line it up, and you want to push it down and push it down, and then you want to reach in and push it together on each side like that. Now, what I did, I used clamps, clothespins, or whatever you want to use. So when I was gluing them together, I would put them on the four corners just to make sure it was gonna stay. Let me see if I can grab clothespins. I have clamps, I have clothespins, all kinds of little doohickeys to play with. Anyway, if you would just do it like, you put them in places like on the corners like that, it'll hold it together. And by the time I got up here, I just moved these up. It was set at that time. So if you use the clamps and the clothespins, it would help. It helps a lot to hold it together. Because it was, slipping a little bit, and it'll do that. That's why we have clamps. Okay. Why wasn't I making it for real? Because this is a lot of work, Jen. You ought to know that. It's a lot of work, right? Okay. So I'm trying to, I tell you, I didn't know exactly my procedure, and I didn't want to get on here and be stumbling around. So it's like I'm trying to get all of these little hinge things and everything done. And to tell you the truth, I was really anxious to get it done. I really wanted to get it done, and but I really wanted to make sure that I had all the hints and things I could give you guys, along the way. So, okay, so you line it up. You need your 3, and then you do your 3, and then 3, and then 3. So you've got all your 12 parts all set up, right? Okay, so when you're at this stage, now we're going to actually do something. Okay, so when you're at this stage, you still got your back, and everything is lining up, pretty well the way you want it, and it's all dry, and this has been sitting for several hours now, so it's dry. If you wanted to, you could line everything with paper, you could paint everything, whatever, but since this is going to be a tool, it's a storage unit for incidental things like this, embellishments and buttons and whatnot on my workstation, I decided I didn't want to, go through all that trouble of, lining all the little drawers with, picky stuff. So what I decided to do to line the drawers is just get a square, and this is 2 1/4, I think. Let me double check that size. I knew I was going to forget, so I left my ruler. 2 1/4 inch square. Yeah. So the paper I've got here, let me grab my pad. Oops. Small avalanche. Okay. Okay, this paper pad I got at Hobby Lobby. It's the Paper Studio, and it's Everyday Craft, and of course I had a coupon. There's 60 pieces of paper in here, 20 different designs, so there's 3 of each one, and it's 12 by 12. It's real nice paper. Just flip through real quick. Real nice designs. And one thing I did notice, though, some of the paper is thicker than others, which is kind of strange. But it doesn't really bother me yet. just want to color in this one. Lovely paisley. I just want to color it in. It looks like Zentangles. Text one, and some of this looks like wallpaper. It's really cool. So anyway, this is the Paper Studio Everyday Craft big paper pack. So that's what I was going to use to just put a piece of paper down into every drawer. Okay, and I'm not going to sit here and cut squares for you. So we'll look at this one. Now you can, you know, stick it down if you want to, but I didn't think I was going to right at first. I want to see if I need anything down there, or maybe I would want it solid, so maybe I'd want to like flip it over. Oh, where's the other one? I have another one cut here somewhere. There it is. So I thought maybe I'd flip it over to the solid side so I could see what was in the drawer easier. So I'm just going to leave them loose for now, and we'll see what I decide to do with them. Don't really know, so we'll see. I don't know exactly what's going in here, but we'll get to that point. We'll see what happens with it, and I'll show you guys when I get it totally finished. Okay, so I have all my little drawers. Okay, they're all distressed and wiped down and stuck together and everything. I will be cutting the squares to go in the rest of them. So why I put these little clips up here, because I was setting them in here and I wanted to see what they look like. They're just so cute. But I didn't want them to slide all the way through. How cute that is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I did not do any rubber stamping on mine. So what I thought I might do is take some of this paper and just cut the 2 1/4 by, let me see, what would that be? 1 1/4. So 2 1/4 by 1 1/4 will cover the front of the little drawer. Okay. Okay, that gives me an idea. If you wanted to cover the whole thing, you just wrap it around. Okay, so that's another idea. All right, so I thought I would do that to some of the drawers, depending on what I put on the front of them. Now, what I've got here is a box of goodies, or a bowl of goodies. Remove my little drawers. Okay, guess I can move that now. I don't need to be looking at the pliers. Okay, so what I've got in here, variety of things. All right, these are the Tim Holtz little knobs. I don't know, what do they call these? I can't remember. I tossed the packaging, so I can't remember. I tossed the paper into the recycle bin and kept the plastic. I can't remember what these are called, but they look like water faucets knobs. Okay, old water faucet knobs. And there's, you know, there's a set of those. And there's lots of buttons. Okay, so what I thought I might do, if I can figure out a way to bump the button up off the drawer just a little bit. They have a shank. Okay, these are shank buttons. So what I thought I might do is bump it up off the drawer a little bit and run a wire through. Well, what I had decided on was a straw. And I have a clear drinking straw. And what did I do with it? Oh no. And it's clear. I can't see it. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is. I found it. Yay. All right. So what I thought about doing was taking the button and see, the straw kind of fits most of these shank buttons that I've got here. And they're kind of I think a shank button is, you know, mostly a standard size. I don't know. But a clear drinking straw, and it fits right over it. And you just snip it. And of course, I'm going to have to measure and cut that. You snip it. And what I was thinking about doing was running the wire through here, through the button, back down through here, and into the drawer, and then wiring, you know, twisting it on the back. Okay? Because I couldn't figure out how to get like a brad or something to do that. So, not going to work. So I thought, take a piece of this, and I think it's like 3/8. What did I decide? 3/8 of an inch. Sorry about the measuring, guys, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, 3/8 of an inch. So every 3/8 I would cut the tubing, and grab my Timmy scissors and cut this piece. So I'm going to measure with my thumb and then move my thumbnail because I'm going to cut it too. Cut it as straight as you can. Alright, so you have the little piece, like so. And then you're going to use the pokey tool, or I have a small hole, long reach punch that I want to use. It's a tiny thing. Grab it here. Get the door open. There it is. Okay, so I've got two of them actually. And this is it makes a really tiny hole. It's a teeny tiny hole. Okay, can you see how small that hole is? There it is. The teeny tiny hole. Okay, I didn't know if this punch was going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a shot here. Oh no, it won't reach all the way down. So that's the problem with that one. It's not going to reach all the way down. So this one might do it. Let's see. Yep, that's going to be just about centered. That's going to be just about right. Okay, so I'm going to give this a try. I don't know if I'm going to be strong enough to do it in the air, but I'm going to give it a try. There, I did it. All right. So there's my little hole. Okay. Now what do I do with the wire? Good heavens, I thought I was all ready to go. All right, hold on. Let me find the wire. I thought I had everything out. Well, I was organized in my mind. Okay, so let me grab my tools here. All right, I've got black wire. I'm going to use that. This is 24 gauge. It doesn't really matter. Get my wire cutters. Flip the box over. Where are my cutters? Here's my flush cutters. I'll go ahead and use those. Okay, so snack time. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Okay, so I'm going to do this while I eat. Which one's the loose one? There it is. And this is just craft wire. Probably from Hobby Lobby. I don't really remember. So you do not want to let that loose. Big mistake. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and fold it in half. And I've got probably about 8 inches of wire. It's probably a little overkill, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. So what I'm going to do is slide it through the button. And then I'm going to give it a little twist. Just for a little security. I'm going to twist it a couple of times. Alright. And then I'm going to put both ends through the straw. So we're going to pretend this is like a bead. Alright, and put that on there. And then we're going to attempt to feed both of these through the hole. We'll see how that works. Okay. So if we do it like that, and we give it a twist, this is the hard part. Give it a twist on the inside and then separate it. Let's see, I didn't pull it tight enough. This is the hard part. You have to get it pulled tight enough. Okay, maybe not twisting it's the way to go. Okay, let's try not twisting it, alright? Then I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to tape it down. I'm going to take a small piece of just regular Scotch tape right over the, I know you guys probably cannot see this, but I'm going right over the hole, over the separated wires, okay? And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to clip the wires about 1/2 inch from the hole. Okay, more or less half an inch is good. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see what I've done there, but there's the inside. See the outside. There's the straw. Of course, if you can find a black straw, that'd be cool. Never seen one myself. I suppose you could paint one. I don't know. But anyway, there's my drawer pull. So slip the drawer in, and there you go. There's a drawer pull. That's how you can use buttons. At least that's how I would use buttons. That's how I'm going to use buttons. Alright. So there you go. That's one way to do a drawer pull. Alright. This little critter and this little critter. I guess I better take a bite of food. Hang on. Oh yeah, alcohol ink, sure. Yeah, I'll do another one. Okay. Let me tell you about these little guys. Okay, these are wire beads. Okay, they're made with a wire coiler. And what it is, it looks like coat hanger wire. It's thick. And I don't know where mine is. I think it's at the other house, actually. I don't think I have it here. But it's a piece that goes straight, and it angles, and then it goes out again, and it makes like a handle. And it fits into another piece that anchors your wire, and what you do is you stick one end of your wire on this thick wire, and you wind it, and it makes a coil. Okay, and the way this is curled up, there are tricks to doing this, and I can't remember exactly right now how I did this, but it has an instruction book, and there was websites and everything to show you how to do it. And this is like a double coil, so you have a coil and a solid wire, and you wind that together, and it's done with the same tools. But you could use these, you could bend them, you know, arch them like this, and use them as drawer pulls, and that's what I intend to do with this one, is arch it like that and wire it into the drawer. Okay, and you could do the same with a piece like this, form it like that and wire it. But this one I'm not going to use because it's a little thick. With this triple coil, it's a little thick, but it just lets you see what the little machine can do. And I think they still make these things, but I don't know the brand name or anything. I don't know what they're called or anything. So all right, let me do another button shank. Put my little cardboards in there. There we go. Take these off now. Those over there. All right. So I want to decide which is going to be the front. And you can be anal about this or not. One thing I did forget to tell you, when you're putting your boxes together, if you use the double side, you know, the one that has, you know, your two pieces put together with the V and goes in the inside and this one on the outside. If you use this side to your left or your right, lining up your boxes will be so much easier because everything is going to be exactly the same. If you have everything exactly the same, it's going to be a lot easier to get all of your little boxes to line up. So I have all of my double sides on the left, and that's just because that's the way I picked it up and started working. So they all went to the left. But that's a tip for that. It just makes everything line up. If everything's the same, it makes it all line up. The V-notch is there to let you know that this piece goes inside. It's just to make everything consistent, to make it fit well, and that it lines up well. But it's just that this goes on the inside. That's why that's there. Very clever. So you do it that way every time. Okay? Okay, good. This is Sizzix. Let me get the... this is it right here. It's a Sizzix. It's a new one. It's called Candy Drawer. Let me hold that up there again. Up. There it is. And it's the big one. You do need the extended cutting plates. And it works very, very well. See how nice it cuts. Works very well. Unlike my wordplay die that I had to get 3 times. Poor little thing. I don't know, they had trouble with the wordplay die. The one I got now, it works fine. And Jen, I guess yours works okay, huh? I think it was 27 something. After the 30% off, I think it was 27 something. And then I got free shipping too, so that was another bonus. Yeah, I don't know. That was last week though. They have a different sale this week. So, but yeah, I think it was 27 something. That sounds right. Okay, so I'm going to do another hole. Now that I know this works right now, and put right down in there. It's almost just perfectly centered. Okay, and this punch, I do not know who makes it. Oh, yes, there it is. Marvy Uchida. There we go. So you can see what it looks like. And I've had it a long time, so I don't even know if they make it anymore. But these are centering marks, and then the little tiny punch. And I put some tape there because I was marking something, and I kept having to repeatedly put a hole, and I wanted it in the same space. So that's why the tape is there. And I never did take it off, and now it's all gunky. So, oh well. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to do another button. Make sure that fits in there. Gonna do good. And I want to do 3/8 of an inch, and I think I know approximately where that goes. Right there. Now I'm going to cut my piece of straw, move my thumbnail out of the way. Try to cut it straight across. Okay, looking good. Get another 8 inches of wire, and you can use less wire if you want to, but you know, this is just kind of doesn't really matter. Okay, and don't let the wire get away. And when you throw your wire in the trash, make sure that you're not going to squish the trash down with your hands, because you'll get stabbed. So be careful, ladies. Alright, fold over the wire, and I got about 6 inches in this piece, okay? And I'm going to thread the wire through the button shank first. Then I'm going to give it a twist, and if you'll notice, I'm holding the wire and twisting the button. I'm not twisting the wire, I'm twisting the button, okay? Alright, now I'm going to thread the piece of straw on. Okay, and go all the way down. Then I'm going to feed the wire through the hole to the inside of the drawer. Okay, I'm going to attempt to feed them both through the hole. There they go. Like so. Okay, so there's my drawer pull. And then I'm going to split. We decided not to twist, so we're going to split the wire, pull it taut. You don't want it too tight or too loose because it'll collapse the straw, I'm finding out. And you're going to open the wire. And this is a little fussy part. It's a little tricky. Because the ends, I think I like the 8 inches better because the 6-inch ends are hitting the drawer and getting in the way. So I'm going to go back to the 8-inch piece of wire on the next one. Okay, so I'm having a hard time getting it to split because it keeps bumping the drawer. And I think it's too loose. Yeah, it's too loose. Okay, I'm going to start over with the 8-inch piece because that was driving me crazy. The 6 inch is too short. It's bumping the drawer. Okay? So let's start again. I'm going to go ahead and twist. I can't pull that out of there. Oh, I twisted one too many times. Okay, I'm going to put that piece of wire in the drawer because I mean the bowl, because I might have something else to do with that. All right. But I go back to the 8-inch piece because it's just easier to maneuver. shouldn't be using my flush cutters, but I don't know where the wire cutters are. I might have loaned them to my son. I don't know. Don't remember right now. Okay, fold it in half, thread on the button, and we're going to twist it. So I'm going to pull the wire together, and I'm going to twist the button, not the wire. Okay, just a couple of times, and I'm going to put that untwist. I don't want you to twist it. All right, thread on the piece of straw, and this is a plastic straw. Somebody said color it with alcohol inks. Yeah, that would work. Okay, now we're going to go through the hole. Where's the hole? There it is. Going through the hole and up over the back of the box. And as you can see, it's not getting caught on the back of the box. Now I'm untwisting the twist because it got a little far. Okay, let's see if it's going to cooperate with me. I'm still having trouble. Why is that? Okay, so I'm going to untwist it again. Hold on to the button this time. I don't think it untwisted when I was trying to untwist it. There we go. Now I got it. Alright. So open the wires out and put a little piece of Scotch tape over it. And I'm going to cover it with a piece of decorative paper with some score tape on it, so I'll keep the wires down. Now I'm going to cut these ends off at about a 1/2 inch away from the button, the hole in the button on the inside. Okay, and there is my second drawer pull. Ta-da! And you can see what that looks like, I think. Like, there, can you see it like that? There we go. I think you can see that. Catch the overhead instead of the lamp. Okay, so I'm going to cover that with a piece of the paper, a strip of the paper with score tape, so that the score tape and the paper will hold the wire. Okay, so there's a second drawer pull. So now we have 2. Okay, all right, let me take a look at the chat because I can't see it from over here. And eat a bite. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, see, it stands out so you can grab it. It just makes it easier. Since I don't have metal tubing or, you know, any of those fancy things. Drinking straw. Oh, do you guys need links turned on? Okay, hold on. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Apparently not. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try over here. Ah, there we go. Allow links. Okay, links are on. And I'm still here? I'm still here, right? Okay, good. Didn't mess anything up. Yay! Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Fran. Excellent. Fish tubing? Okay, I don't know anything about that, but okay. You could look into that. Interesting. We don't fish, so I have no idea. Background? no idea. Oh, just on the chat. Oh, okay, I see. I guess because I picked burgundy. I see burgundy on mine. Oh, fish tanks. Oh, well, so we don't have fish either. I've never had an aquarium, so I don't know anything about that. Okay. Fish tubing for the aquarium, for the bubble things. And okay. I'll check into that. That's cool. Okay. I'm having a soft pretzel. Oh yes, I've actually done that, Tanya, but I didn't know it wasn't fish tubing. I bought it at the bead store. It was just clear tubing. Uh-oh, Diane had a donut. Yeah, these are frozen soft pretzels. I don't remember the brand. It's a black box. 30 seconds in the microwave. I don't remember the brand. I just remember it's a black box and it's in the freezer section. I think it's where the frozen rolls and bread and stuff are, usually. But yeah, they're really good. Yeah, Walmart has them. Oh, I would imagine not, Eileen. Pizza either. Yeah, Super Pretzel. That's it, Cherry. Super Pretzel. I still don't know the name of the company, but yeah, it's called Super Pretzel, and it's in a black box. Okay. I still have a few bites left, but I'm going to get back to this. Okay. Now, I thought about using one of these little knobs, but it needs a bigger hole, I think. I also need a screwdriver. Oh, okay. I know where one of those are. Hey, how about that? First one I reached for was the right one. Usually if I need a Phillips, I get the flat. If I need a flat, I pull out the Phillips. Have to get these things started with the screwdriver because I can't reach it. Let's see what size hole we have here. Yeah, we need a little bigger hole. Okay, let me get my regular hole punch. I think that'll work. Okay. This might, let me see, I need to test it first. Might be too big. So I don't want it to be loose. Yeah, that's a little loose. Alright, let me try this. Maybe I can enlarge it with the pokey tool. Because, yeah, that's definitely not big enough. Okay, let me get my pokey tool. If this doesn't work, I'll get an awl. Oh, yeah, that's really not very thick. I'm going to have to get my awl. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I know where that is. Yep, there he is. Okay. Could also use a ice pick. That would work too. But I just want it just a little bit bigger. I don't want it too much bigger. Let's see if that'll work. Okay, it'll snap in. I just have to be really careful. And of course, it's not going to come out, which is probably a good thing. Except not right now. Ah, there. Okay. Okay, let's see which one I want as the front. I guess it really doesn't matter. Oh, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this. Okay, so get the hole in the right place. Again, push it all the way to the bottom and it centers itself. Excellent. There we go. There's my little hole, and now I'm going to, since I'm going to put the screw in from the back, I'm going to put my awl through the back and just make it just a little bit bigger. And then put the screw in there. There, here it's snapping there. And then tighten it up. Actually, I think I'm going to put a washer right there. Hold on, I have some little washers. See, this is one of the things I keep in the drawers, all the little washers and things that I keep messing with. And this is just to keep the paper from messing up. Okay. Now, is it twisting? Yeah, it's twisting. Okay, there we go. Now, there we go. Got that one on there. Cute, cute, cute. That is too cute. Okay, I love this. Alright, now I've got some other kind of buttons. Let's see. Use one of those. Use another one of those. And then I've also got these little plates here. Well, let me throw my wires away. Actually, those are long enough to save. I might use those for something. Okay, so could use the little plate and put a decorative paper behind it and then put the button on it. That would be cute. Yeah, that would be really cute. Okay. I've also got some wooden knobs. And I got those. Ow, I'm pulling my hair with the tape on the table. I've got my mat tape down and I'm catching the end of the tape with my arm and it's pulling the little hairs on there. Ooh. Okay, so there's a little thing about that is it's not actually a drawer pull. It's cute, but it's not actually a pull. So I have to think about what I could add to it to make a drawer pull. Okay. There's a smaller one, like so. Maybe use one of the smaller buttons to go inside that one. Might have to make the straw a little bit longer. Okay, let me think about that. And then I've got this button. This is kind of a strange button. It's not a shank, but it's got a bump on the back. And there's still two. See, this is where this other wire is going to come in handy, maybe. It's still got two holes, so I can still get a piece of wire in there. And it looks like an arrow. And these are plastic, of all things. They must have came in a package of something. There's my straw. Here, let me cut a piece of the straw. I'm going to see how this is going to look. I have too many tools. Ah! And it's approximately right there. Well, not rocket science, so I'm going to have to measure each one. That looks like. And what would it look like inside the oval? That might be interesting. Okay, let's play with this for a minute. Let's see. We'll use that side. It's a little bit awkward. I'm going to have to mash it down before you grab it with both hands. Okay, let's see. Can't see the hole. Such a tiny little hole. There we go. Alright, so is that on there? Let it go up. And what does this look like with that on there? No, I don't like that oval on there with the button. But it needs something. Maybe it needs a piece of paper behind it. Okay, I will think about that one. I'll put that aside and I will think about that one. Where's the hole? There's the hole. Alright, I'm going to turn that hole upward so I know where it is. Alright, I'm not crazy about that button with this, and I'm not really crazy about that one either. No, I don't think that will work. Let's see. That one might be a little large. This one. Nope, that doesn't work either. What could we do? Oh, here's a hitch fastener. Okay, so let's put a hitch fastener in there. I'm going to have to enlarge the hole. Oh, speaking of enlarging holes, let me make a little gripe at Tim Holtz. Okay, now, all of these gears, okay, all of the gears, that one's not Tim Holtz, but all of these gears don't have a hole big enough for the hitch fastener to go through it. That is my complaint, okay? Because I would have loved to put one of these in front of the hitch fastener. I mean, it's just the perfect base size and everything, and it would look so cute. But doggone it, the hole's not big enough. I have a reamer, but I don't know if that would work. This is metal, so I don't know if that would work or not. But it all won't, so, you know, that's not going to help. But the hitch fastener, the screw part, the base of it, will not go through the holes. That's so annoying. Ah! It would be nice if they did. And there was something else it wouldn't go through either. Let's see, what was it? Oh, these little, I don't know what the word coins or whatever these are called. It won't go through that hole either. I mean, it's so annoying. It's just, I mean, it just will not fit. But they need to go together, people. They need to go together. Ah. I thought, oh, perfect. And then it wouldn't fit. And I went, oh. Oh, well. It was a good thought anyway. So, they need to go together. They really do. Okay, so, what was I doing? I was putting this in here. Okay. Put that through. I should probably put a washer on that too. And I've colored some of the washers with alcohol ink, but these are blue, so can't use those here. But that can always be dealt with later. Whoopsie! Come back here. Get on there. Oh, come on. A little cooperation would be good. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it has this little knob, alright. I still don't like it. I gotta figure out how to use these. Okay, so there's another one. Just use a little hitch fastener, and you can use any color you want. So there's another little drawer. Okay, so now we've got 4. And it needs something. It needs a tag hanging off of it or something. I have the tiny tags die, the one with the little bitty tags in it. So maybe I'll do that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, now I'm not crazy about the coloring of this, but I'm thinking alcohol ink ought to help with that. Tone that copper down just a bit. Since I have this and I really like the bead, I think I want to go ahead and put this one on here and wire it on the inside. So I need a pencil. Okay. I think I want to center it. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now get my little holes in the right place for my wire. See, no rulers, just do it. Visual centering is good. Okay. Now, I don't think this is going to work. No, that's not going to work. And this is not going to reach all the way down. Nope, that's not going to work. Alright, so how am I going to get that hole punched? I don't think I have any other hole punches. Any ideas, ladies? Oh, what? Yeah, they'll probably hold gadgets and stuff like my little washers and stuff. Because I'm always going in the big drawer for those. So they'll probably go in here. Anything I use a lot that's small. Some of the buttons. Because I've got the buttons in those plastic divider boxes with the lids off. But I've got those in the Alex cart drawers. And most of the buttons are on the bottom, so it's kind of hard to get to sometimes. Especially when you're carrying stuff in one hand and you just have one hand to use. Okay, let's see. This is so cute. I love this. That's so cute. Okay, just adorable. Alright. Oh, it's not even in camera. Oops, I didn't realize it wasn't. Sorry about that. Okay, so here it is so far. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what to make a hole with. Pokey tool. Ah, there we go. Pokey tool, and I need something to poke it into. Okay, pokey tool, and I need like a sponge or something. I have a piece of styrofoam around here somewhere, but of course I can't put my eyes on it right now. Of course. Let me see what I can find. Substitute. Because if I try to poke a hole in it, it's going to collapse the box, and that's not good. Something to put inside of it. Oh, I know. I've got a sponge, I think. Let's see if it works. Of course, I have to move stuff first. Got too much stuff on the floor. There it is. Okay. Let's see if this is strong enough to hold up for what I want to do. Maybe. Let me see. Okay, we're good. Yay. Now line it up over here. Come on. There it goes. All right. Excellent. Okay, so now we've got a place for our wires to go. Now, see, I knew I needed those short pieces. Okay, so I think though I'm going to have to twist my ends because one is a little wonky. I'll get my needle nose pliers. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Alright, I'm going to have to twist it like so. Make sure it's... Yeah, there we go. Alright. Put those over there. Okay, now let's try that again. Alright. So I'm going to put the wire through, approximately in half. And I don't think the short pieces are going to bother me at this point because there's no straw. I'm twisting the wire there, forgetting to be on camera. Hello. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the other one on before I try to put it through the holes. And I'm going to give that just a little twist. And I can't twist the beads, so I've got to twist the wire. And I think I just moved it again. And put it back. Just didn't want to stay there. Alright, now let's see. Get both of these through the hole. I think this hole's even smaller than the punch. Try to get the wire through there. Oh my goodness. There it goes. It's a matter of being able to see it. Okay, now I'm going to hold on to this one while I put this one through so it doesn't come out again. Going through that hole. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Okay, now I'm going to split the wire. And then I'm going to twist each end together. Make sure that's going to stand up nice. Okay, so I'm going to split the wire on the inside and have a piece from each side, and I'm going to twist that together in the center. And I'll show it to you in a second. Okay, let me see if I can catch the overhead so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Let's see. There. Can you see that? I've got it twisted on the inside. So both ends are coming out, but then I've taken one end from here and one end from here and twisted it together in the middle. And that's holding it together. So it's going to hold the handle on. Okay. Directions for the box holder come with the button. Yes, it does have directions. It's really simple, just like that. It's on the back of the paper that comes with the die. It's also on the Sizzix website as a PDF. But this is all it is. It's really, really easy. That's it. They give you a little bit more detail in the PDF. But the PDF is on the same web page as the die on the Sizzix site. Okay, now I'm going to do the tape thing. Okay. My Scotch tape is right on the shelf right under me. So I'm going to tape the center. And I'm going to have to be a little careful here. Getting that in there. Okay, now I'm going to trim the wire. And these are smaller pieces of wire, so I'm going to be a little careful so they don't fly. See, you heard that one. Should really wear safety glasses when doing wire cutting. Yeah, see, that one was going to fly too. All right. And then I'm going to fold that 1/2 inch that I cut and tape it down. So I need 2 more pieces of tape. So I've got one on one end and 1 piece on the other end, so that I've got all of the ends down with tape. And that's a little bulky, but I don't think that's going to bother me. I'm going to cover it with paper, and I don't think it's going to bother me at all. All right, let me get rid of these little pieces before they get in the floor and I step on them. Not good. Okay, no wire input. Not good. 1 more piece of tape. Oh, see, now the wires are totally covered. So I've totally got them covered, okay? See that? There we go. All right, so there's that one. Cute, cute. All right, so I'll do the detail on that one later. So he can go there. Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to find that little gizmo and make some for drawer pulls. That's cute. Oh, man. All right, so I'll put that back in the dish. And this didn't really work unless I can find some way to put something on there. Maybe add a tag and have it be the pull. No, that'd be kind of awkward. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. I've got this little plastic flower button. I don't really like that. So I'm going to dab some alcohol ink to tone down that copper. Of course, that's real copper wire, so it'll age by itself, but I think I might help it along with some dark alcohol ink on a sponge and just give it a head start. Okay, I like these little things, but I can't figure out how to use them as a drawer pull. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I have an idea. If the hole's big enough. Oh, please let the hole be big enough. Because I want to use the hitch posts if I can. Okay, I need my tweezers. Lost my tweezers, folks. Where's my tweezers? Oh, they're over here in the cup. See, I didn't put my tools back. Shame on me. Okay, let's see if that hole is big enough. Ha! Oh, but, uh-oh, it may not. Okay, it's going to sit a little wonky. I don't know. Let me see. That might actually be okay. Let's... There's one right there. All right. Now I'm going to put my tweezers back where I know where they are. I won't be hunting for them. That little tool chest is heavy. It's got all these metal things in there. Wow. Lots of metal things. Oh, I see a cube. A gizmo? Oh, you might be right. You might be right. I think it is Gizmo. Yeah, I think it is. Huh. I think that's right. It's a cool little tool. I love it. Way too organized. I have to be or I can't find anything. Come on. Give me a break. Okay, so I think this might work and it might not. The hole might not be deep enough. So I'm going to have to do a center hole one and then try one end of this and see if it's going to work, because the chipboard might be a little too thick and it might not stay. But if it works, that'd be great. Then I could put a label on the inside. Okay, so let me grab one of these guys and pick a front and get my hole in it and give it a try. See what it's going to do. Oh, there we go. Didn't catch hold of it right. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I have to enlarge the hole just a little bit. Okay, so let me put this in there. Of course, it's going to be hard to get out once I get it in there. That's the problem. I might just leave it there and put another hitch post. Oh, now I've got a little extra fiberage going on here. Get that out of there. Okay, so let's try and see what happens. Uh-oh, it's too thick, I think. Yep. It's too thick, it's not even going to catch. Well, it was a good thought, anyway. And I don't know how else to do it. So this one is going to have another hitch post. Okay, am I just really terribly uncoordinated tonight? These things do not want to screw on. Come on, what's the deal? There it goes. Oh, no it didn't. Good grief. What is up with these things? My hands are just not... There it goes, okay. I think. Well, it seems to want to catch and then it didn't. What could be the problem? Let me take that off and see. Okay. Just appears to... Oh, there's some excess... I need my craft knife. There's an excess of cardboard there. That's what's going on. Excessive cardboard in the way. Alright, now I gotta do this off camera because I can't do it down there. I have to trim. There's excess. When I poked the hole bigger, the excess chipboard went to the front, and so it's kind of in the way. Now I've got to slice it off without slicing the fingers. Thank you very much. Let's see if I can get it. That's a little tough, my goodness. I just changed this blade, so no, that's not it. Okay, there's a technique. There's a technique to it. That's the problem. Excess chipboard. And I'm still going to poke it from the back to the front because it would be impossible to trim it from the back. I mean, getting the knife in there, not happening. Alright, let's see. That got it. The washer back on. There we go. Yep. There. That was easy. Now. Okay, that was just too much paper still back there. Okay, let's see. Tell you what, let's go into putting the sides on, okay? Because I think in my head I know how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take the drawers out, stack them back up over there. Okay, let me put these back in the bowl. Get out of the way. You too, little fella. Put my straw on the tray this time so I can find it. Alright, move some of these tools. Make a little noise. Alright, so what I think I want to do is put the top on. However, I was noticing that one layer of the board was a little flimsy for me. So I think what I might like to do is I took another piece of chipboard and cut it down just a little bit and used the marker to go all around the edges and a little bit up here, because if you turn it over like this you might be able to see the chipboard color. So I went ahead and just did it in black. And what I'm going to do is score tape that together so it's a little stronger, and that will make my top a little stronger. And I'm going to do the same thing on the sides, because I did a double piece on the back and I really like the way that feels. It's really stiff, and it's going to give a stronger surround to the cabinet. Okay, so I'm going to use my 1/2 inch score tape, and on the piece that's painted, I'm going to put the score tape on the piece that's painted, almost to the edge but not quite, because I cut my extra piece just slightly smaller and I don't want the sticky sticking out. So just slightly off the edge. Let me look up at the chat, see what's going on over there. Oh, I thought I saw the word iguana. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, lizards? Too funny. Oh, we're singing. Okay. Got some singing in the chat. Who would have liked to hear that? That would be interesting. We're singing in the chat. Okay, and I think just for good measure, I'm going to stick one down the center, because it's humid here, and if we got something sticking down, well, let's do it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel all the backing off of that and stick the two pieces together, and that's going to just give me some strength. And you could go ahead and use the heavyweight cardboard for this. I mean, chipboard for this anyway, but I didn't think of it at the time. Okay, so we're just going to do it this way. Try to get that centered on there before I drop it. There we go. All right, get my brayer. Make sure it's got good adhesion. Darn humidity over here, I tell you. All right, there's that. And I'll keep my brayer out because I'm going to need it again. All right, so there's my top. That's going to go up here. And I'm not sure if I want to do a hinge right here, but I think I do. Because if I put a hinge here, it's going to give the back something to stick to. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this hinge on the inside of this front. So this is going to be a little tricky because it's already put together and it's well, well stuck to the bottom. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Hey guys, what can we do with this, right? Confetti, piñata. What did she say, piñata? But there's so much of that score tape backing that we throw away in the recycle bin. It's like, I'd be able to do something with it. I know, I keep thinking that every time, but I haven't thought of anything yet. Maybe she ought to have a contest. Somebody should think of something. Okay, so I'm going to open the top, all right, and I'm going to lay this down here like I was doing earlier and center it. And hopefully get it on there right. Oh yeah. Yay me. All right. Yay, it worked. Okay. Awesome. All right. So now I've got that. Now I need to make a decision about the top. Do I want to do the sides before I do the top? That's a good question. I think I'm going to do the sides because I would rather have the top rather than seeing the edge of the sides come up, I think I would rather the top was on top of that. So if I can do that, let's try it. All right, so I've got my, so I've already prepared my side pieces the same way with the extra chipboard. So I'm going to go ahead and do my score tape. Oops, I forgot to put score tape on. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. A little distressing. Okay, no big deal. We're good. We are distressed, so we are good. That made me panic just a little bit. I was going, no, I don't want to have to paint and sand again. It was too messy. Okay. Oh my. All right. Just a little panic there. What time is it? All right, let me see. Where are we going here? Hour and 45. Okay, we're good. Oh, and one down the center. Even though it's a side, I still don't want anything to come apart. Okay, now I'm going to put those pieces together. Why did I can get them apart? How are we doing, guys? Everybody okay over there? And I've got to get that laptop fixed. Oh. I may have to wipe the hard drive again, redo it. I don't know what is up with that thing. It just doesn't want to put my glasses on. It doesn't want to let me stream. Because streaming this way, y'all are just too far. I just can't see the chat. Just too far away. Okay, go. Okay, so then this piece will get put on like so, and I might need to trim it. So let me see. It's funny when you get everything set, still might need a little trim. Yep, just a little bit. Alright, so let me get out the big cutter. And I'm going to have to take it on the other side of the room because there's no desk workspace over here for it. Because I got all this stuff there. Alright, I will be right back. Okay, let's see if that did the trick. And I'm going to have to edge it again with the marker. I think that's got it. Yeah, I think that's got it. Let's see, where's my top? Set it up there. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I can't see if it's over there. Okay, that will do it. Not ready to stick you down yet. Okay, alright, now I've got to use the marker on the edge. Color that in. I don't want any of the solid bare chipboard to show. Okay. Got the other edge. Just do a little bit right there. Just cover all the bases just to be sure. Okay. So now what I want to do is attach the hinge at the bottom. And I don't know that this is really necessary, but you know, I'm doing it. So line that up. Looks good. Alright, so there's my hinge. So now I'm going to put the score tape under here. Okay, I probably should have put the score tape down there first because now my hinge is not one to open. Afterthoughts, yeah. Didn't get that going straight. I think I need to stand up. And I hope I don't talk too loud into the microphone since I'm right here. I don't want to scare you all off. Yelling in the microphone. Piece down the middle. Yeah, should have done this before I attached the hinge. Okay. Would have been a little bit better, I think. Okay, so now let me peel this off. Not let it go down until I'm ready for it to go down. And I'm going to push a little bit more because for some reason it's not sticking. We have pretty high humidity, so that might be the problem. Could also be user error. Alright, now I'm going to stand it up again over here. And before I touch it, I'm going to make sure I've got it all lined up. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I can see that I need to touch up a little black. See on the back of this? I need to touch up a little black back there with the marker because it's going to show. And I don't want it to do that. So I'm just going to do a little coloring just to cover up the raw edges. So what you might want to do before you attach the sides, people, is color this in. I just didn't think of it soon enough. So before you attach your sides and your top, make sure nothing's going to show that you don't want to show. Okay, that's probably going to be pretty good, except for the very, very corner. Get in there and touch that up, like so. Nice for a brush tip. Okay, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it since I'm doing that anyway. And I haven't put the side on over here yet, so this will be easier. Lots easier. Touching that up. Squeak. Just kind of run it along that edge too. Because I think that was kind of showing on that side. Yeah, it was. It takes a while to do this. I mean, it would take longer if you had to cut everything yourself. Thank goodness for that die. It's just so cool. I love it. I'll be making more, but I'm not going to be sending them. Nope, I will not be sending them. Just want to make sure everything is covered. Because I really don't want that much of it to show. It doesn't hurt if it shows just a little bit because it's distressed anyway with the sanding and everything. But it doesn't look like that's distressed. It looks like it's showing, and this doesn't look that good to me. Yes, I am a perfectionist, and sometimes that's a problem. Okay, so let me see how we're doing there. Oh, I think everything else looks good. Okay. I think we got that covered now. Let's see. Spray paint? That would work. You could spray paint it. Just cover it all with paper. Alright, so I'm going to do the second side. Double check the measurement, and yeah, we're good. Or triple check. I already checked it like 3 times probably. Up. Doing it over here, not on that, but I guess you could. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, that would work. Let me try that. Then you could go all the way to the edge and not have to worry about it. Ah. Very true. Alright. So we'll do it to the inside piece. Makes it work better. Okay, so now I've got double adhesive on one end. It's okay. Alright. Get rid of this piece first. Come on, here we go. A little late, folks. The hands are tired. I worked with this yesterday and last night. I was in the group and was working on it. Worked on it off and on all day today. Alright, let's see how this works. Let's go down here. Okay, down it goes. Okay, so there's the second side. Get it placed and check it out. We have to trim this one just a hair. Just a hair over. Alright, so let me go and trim this and I'll be right back. Tough to cut when it's this thick. That's why I got that big cutter. Oh yeah, got it. Alright, I'm going to get the edge. Okay. Looking good. Alright. Make sure I've got all my edges covered there. Alright, now where's my top? Stay there. Check the top again. Looks good. Alright. This time we're going to put the score tape on before we put that down. So much easier. And since these are not actually weight bearing, I'm not going to worry about getting it right to the edge. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and peel these up a little bit before I set that down on here. Be easier, I think. Put those weight right there. Now, sit on. Finish it down and stay over there. We're not ready for you yet. Okay, now I'm going to peel the rest of it off. Oops. Uh-oh. Hello. Let's try that again. Okay, now stick it down. Alrighty. Okay, so there are two sides, bottom. Now we just need the top. And this is going to secure the back, I hope. Since I'm making this part up as I go. This will hopefully secure the back. So I think what I might want to do is go ahead and score tape the flap up here. And then it'll have this on top. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There's a small piece underneath. So this is under the flap. Secure that down. Alright, let me make sure I'm all lined up good. Feels good. Looks good. Alright, down it goes. Make sure it's well stuck. It's an important part. Okay, now score tape the rest of this. And go ahead and put a lot of score tape on. I don't want it to come apart ever. And with this humidity, you never know. Okay, now I'm going to peel. Well, before I peel, I'm going to retest, make sure I got it the way I want it. Okay, it looks good. Let me test it the other way. Flip it around. I think I like it better that way. Don't know why, it just feels better. Okay. Alright, now I know which way that goes. Prior experience. It doesn't fit one way. Maybe it'll fit the other way. And then if it does fit, maybe it just looks better the other way. You know, who knows? Try them both. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. And we're down. All right. This is going to take a minute. Make sure I hit everything. Whee! Hand start. Another one. Okay. That's as good as it gets. It's in there. Alright, so there's my cabinet. All done. And I still could go back and cover this with decorative paper, and I might just do that with out of the craft. I might just do that because I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be up against the wall or sitting out on the counter. So that can, that's a decorative step that can be done easily since it's a rectangle. Not a problem. Okay, put some drawers in. I still have some handles to do. And I think I have one more faucet knob. I think I can put that in there. And then the other ones don't have, all the other drawers don't have knobs yet. So bring them over here. And they're all done except for the knobs. And then I'm going to cut the little papers to go on the inside. 2 1/4 inch squares go on the inside. And see how many knobs I can find. I may want to do, each one different. Kind of like that effect, each one different. So we'll see what I need to dig in my treasure boxes and see what kind of junk I can find to put on there. Oh, I've also got, I forgot about these. I've also got these, let's see, plaquettes. These are Tim Holtz, little decorative dealies. So I've got these things that I might could figure out something to do with. Interesting. Very interesting. And I think I've about had it. Oh my. Okay, so I just have a few more things to do and it'll be done. So there it is. Phew. Now I don't know how many hours, but it was yesterday and today. And I did sleep. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Now, Eileen, we need to see yours now. Hope that helped. If anybody has any questions, tweet me, and I'll see if I can help. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a good weekend. Happy holiday, and be safe.